Hello, first and second grade. You guys are having the exact same stories, so I'm just going to read the stories for grade 1 and for grade 2. Okay, so day 1, the story is called The Argument. The Argument by Elizabeth Drake. Blip and Dit Dit were walking to school one day. The sun was shining brightly in the sky, and the land around them was bright red. It was a beautiful spring day. Blip looked up into the sky and wiggled his long green antenna. Just think, we're walking to school, and up there in outer space, there could be more forms of life doing just the same thing. Blip loved to talk about outer space. He wanted to be an astronaut and explore other planets when he grew up. Dit Dit shook her head. I don't think so. If there were aliens on other planets, how come we haven't seen their spaceships? Blip thought for a second. Well, maybe they aren't as intelligent. Maybe they don't have spaceships yet. But I bet that Earthlings are working really hard to figure out all the science so we can finally meet. Dit Dit laughed. Earthlings? There's no such thing as Earthlings. Nothing could live on a planet covered in liquid water. Dit Dit looked down the red, dusty road towards the school building. It was a clear dome that reflected back at the bright sun. Blip was starting to feel angry. Don't make fun. I think Earthlings are real. Are not, cried Dit Dit. Are too, yelled Blip. Dit Dit started to walk faster. She was so angry, but she didn't want to be near Blip anymore. Blip stopped walking and kicked a small red pebble down the road. He was mad too, but he couldn't really remember why. Dit Dit was his best friend, and he didn't want to walk to school by himself. Blip looked up and could see Dit Dit's backpack and green ponytail. She was starting to slow down. Dit Dit, wait! He ran to catch up. Dit Dit turned to look at Blip. I'm sorry, they both cried at the same time. Me too, again they spoke together, and then they laughed. Let's not argue about something so silly again, Dit Dit said. She wanted to add that the whole idea of Earthlings was silly, but she didn't want to hurt Blip's feelings again. Deal, said Blip. He thought about mentioning something about how someday he would go into outer space to find out if Earthlings were really real. And then he would know. But then he knew that their friendship with Dit Dit was more important than starting an argument again. So the two Martian children headed to school and enjoyed the rest of their day. Where do you think this story takes place? Why do Blip and Dit Dit argue with each other? How do Blip and Dit Dit resolve their conflict? Do you think there are really Martians? Why and why not? Okay, thanks first and second grade.